Now in this lecture, let us take a deep dive with arguments. So arguments are of four types. The first one is positional argument, second one is keyword argument, third one is default argument, and fourth one is variable length argument. So these are pretty simple and all you have to do is understand the concepts. If you are able to understand them, you can write some pretty good functions really easily. So the first one is positional argument. That means if I am calling a function and I have a parameter of item and price, so these are in position, that while calling a function I have to pass item first then price. In this example I write a pretty simple function that is shop and it is accepting two parameters, that is item and price, and then printing them. So I call this particular function. Now I have to pass them in the same sequence. So I have to pass item first and then price, and if I run this function I am going to get the simple result. You see I got my item as sugar and price as 50. So that means if I try to pass these in a different order and try to run this command, you can see my result is totally messed. Now my item is 50 and price is sugar. That means with positional argument, I have to pass them in a particular sequence. To overcome this problem, we have keyword arguments. That means while calling this particular function, I just define that this is the particular parameter for I am passing. That means I can define that this particular argument is for price and this particular argument is for item. So I can define them while calling this particular function. So now if I run this function, you can see the result is in a proper manner. So all I have done is define that particular keyword. So this is going to solve a lot of problem. Now we need to talk about is default argument. So with default argument, we need to mention a default value for a parameter. That means I can mention a value for this particular price. So if I do that as 60, and now if I'm not passing any value for that particular price, it is going to take it as 60. So if I run this, you can see item is sugar and price is 60. But if I try to pass any value for that and try to run this one again, you can see I got the particular value which I have passed. That means with default argument, if there is any value missing, it would take that particular default value. So maybe there is a default value for sugar as 60, and if I am not passing any value, it will take as 60 every time. But if I am passing a value from my side with the function, it will take my value. Now till now things were going well because we have two parameters and we are passing only two arguments. That means we are passing only two values. But the next thing we need to talk about is variable length argument. Now things will be changed and this is the important point that you need to understand. I am taking a new example for variable length argument. So with this example, I am taking student name, its class. I know there is a difference in the spelling of class because correct spelling of class is itself a keyword. So I cannot use that. So I'm using this CLAS. So I'm taking name, class and marks. So what if I need to pass name, class and marks? Let us do that. I'm using my name as Shubham, class is 10th and marks is 90. Okay, let me run this one. Things are going well because our variable length is similar. Let me change something. What if I need to pass marks of 3 subjects? So what I have to do is use a asterisk. That means I'm telling the function that there can be many values for this particular argument. So now if I pass any number of values, it would be taken into marks. So my Shubham value will be into names, my 10th, that is my class value, will be into class, and all the further values would be inside my marks. And if I run this one, you can see it is saved as tuple. So what actually happened is my Shubham value is into name, 10 is into class, and all the remaining values are into my mask. That means I am using multiple arguments. So I am passing 3 values at a time and it is saved inside marks. And it is saved as tuple. Most importantly, if any point of time I want to print that, I have to use my for Let me comment this one and paste it here and print X. You can see what actually happened. Name is printed, class is printed, and then with the help of my for loop, I am using iteration inside the tuple and printing them. That's good. We have now multiple arguments for a single keyword. That is, for mask, we have 3 values and you can pass any number of values. Now the next thing I need to talk about is multiple keywords. Multiple keyword means in the previous example we were mentioning arguments. I have to mention name as Shubham, then my class, and now I can also define all these values to a particular subject. I can define this as English. Don't worry, it will be taken care by marks itself. My maths and my physics. Now don't forget to add another asterisk, that means you are using multiple keywords. In the previous example we were using multiple values, now we are using multiple keywords. So the result will not be as a tuple, this result will be as a dictionary. Let me run this one. So here what actually happened is, I pass my name, it is printed, I pass my class, it is printed. Now these 3 are saved as dictionary inside my marks. So while printing this, what actually happened is it printed my key. So to print my value or to print my key and value pair, I have to use a different method. But before that, let me comment this one and print here. You can see I got my result, name as Shubham, class is 10 and my marks is as dictionary. In the previous example it was as tuple. So to print my result from dictionary, all I have to do is use my key value pair X and Y, and I have to give all the items here, and with my X I also have to print my Y. Things look good. Let me clear this out, print this one. You can see now I have name as Shubham, class 10th and all the further marks. I can also do more experiment. Maybe use a capital letter for passing my keywords, and instead of printing my marks here, I can use my key here and just pass value. So what I am going to get is English, then colon, then Y. Let me run this one. I hope the result is good. Name, class, English mark, maths mark and physics marks. So this look good. You can do a lot more experiment with function. I hope now you understand positional argument, keyword argument, default argument and also the variable length argument. So remember to use single asterisk when we are going to pass just the values without these keywords, and whenever you are using these keywords you have to use double asterisk. The result will be in tuple without keywords and the result will be inside a dictionary with keywords. So that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture we are going to talk about type of variable with the function situation.